Miss Wendy Wu. I don't know where anything is. Are we doing this live this morning or what? I can't even find my. I just had that. Where did I put it? I have no idea. It's not right there. It's not right here. I think. We are just gonna have to sit still in the chair. Oh, hey, good morning, people. I'm only so much together. My body hurts this morning. And yes, I'm fine. I'm actually trying to change the angle on my phone by propping it on something. Hang on a second. That's not working. I guess I gotta use the coffee mug. But I drank it anyway, so let's see if I can twist that just right. Then I can change this angle and I don't have to hold the phone the whole time. Hold the phone. I'm tired. My body hurts. I'll tell you in a minute. I was doing something last night, kind of late, so new people, because no, I have not done the community things yet. And I mean, I haven't brushed my hair since yesterday. It's been a morning. My body hurts. Um, new people, please use 3 uppercase Q's in front of your comment that you want me to read and discuss, or answer a question for you, or whatever. And no, I didn't advertise it anywhere. I just started the video. It's it's what's happening. So let's see. Let me hit these so I can see all your messages for one. And then I think I'm going to leave it on community moderation. I think I'm just going to leave it like it is. And we'll see what happens and how much we can handle. Okay? So, hey, I just saw Iris's thing. Iris, you said I look marvelous, Lesa. Thanks. But I hurt this morning. Okay, I'll tell you about the I hurt this morning. Okay. I hurt and I'm tired. So, I'm not standing up on camera today. I am still in pajamas again. And this time, really still in pajamas. So, we're not doing all of that. So, yesterday was farmer's market with the produce rescue, as well as, oops, I keep bumping the phone, sorry, as well as a, oh yeah, my hair's bad. So produce rescue at the farmer's market and something else. And so late last night, let's say late to me last night. So let's say around 7, a guy that I had asked if he would like a job because he wants that Rev tent that I have. He really would like to earn it. So I had showed him a couple of tasks he could do here and barter to get that expensive tent that's brand new. And I think I'm going to rebraid my hair. I don't even have my hairbrush, but I'm not standing up. Oh, and that wall behind me is messy, and it's okay. Hey, I scrubbed floors this week. I scrubbed a couple of windows this week. I've done a bunch of kind of odd things. Um, but it was like 7 o'clock when, am I right with that? 6:30, 7 o'clock when he came. He asked if he could bring somebody else with him. And I said yes, just because I really wanted the job to get started. And, the faster the job is done, he can have the tent, right? But the faster the job gets started, the quicker I've got the possibility of having this thing finished. Well, anyway, so they came late, and then they're working, and it's getting dark. And I have to be concerned about Wendy, my dog, when it starts to get dark, because of coyotes and things and animals and whatever. But they didn't have headlamps, they didn't have flashlights. I didn't know if they were going to keep working. I didn't really know. And the guy that he brought, nice enough. Please don't take what I'm about to say the wrong way, okay? Because he was nice enough, not trying to be mean, nothing like that. But his idea of one of the projects they're doing is not the same as mine. And the more I tried to get what I wanted, the more it felt like they were rushing. And the more rushing, now I didn't go out this morning, and I need to, and look at what actually got done, okay? Because what we're working on is restacking my firewood, because often when the people are delivering my firewood, they're supposed to stack it for me. But often they back up a truck and they shove it off the back and they say, "Well, see ya. You're a long ways out here." And then they don't stack it. So, well, anyway, so we're trying to restack the firewood because I've got company coming and they can't get into the campsite, which is not very cool. Anyway, um, ooh, do I have my hair stick? I do. My hair stick's behind the phone. Hold on. Reaching. Ooh, I got it. Hair stick. So, get the tail part. Get the tail part closer to my head. Whoops, wrong end. Um. Anyway, so you've watched me kind of do my hair this morning. Man, the hummingbirds are all over the place this morning, but they don't like the food I put out for them at all. So that will change over time. And the ants are happier with the hummingbird feeder than the hummingbirds are. So I think I'm going back to Dollar General used to have these little tiny, like 3 or 4 inch 1 inch around or something hummingbird feeders with one little flower on them. Those are manageable. They're cheap as crap. They're like 99 cents or something. I can't wait to find some more of those, because all these $10, $20 big hummingbird feeders aren't doing a thing. And the ants just take over. And then I get mad and I just give them away because I don't want to mess with it. The sun coming in here is starting to feel warm. Okay, so we were stacking firewood. The guy is from Sturgis, uh, South Dakota. I think Sturgis is South Dakota. Anyway, that's nice, but he doesn't know how to stack firewood. Not like I know how to stack firewood. Not by my guidelines. Anyways, he just throw in the wood, and so I already had one stack done the way I wanted it. And I had part of the rack set up. And they had to help me finish that. Well, they're using stuff I didn't want them to use. It's not horrible, but part of the reason I didn't want them to use it is because it's not strong enough to hold a 14-foot length of wood stacked up, right? And so at the end, one of the things starts to fall over. Well, instead of fixing it, he shoves it and sticks a piece of wood in front of it. And I'm like, yeah, that ain't going to work. Because what's going to happen is I'll go out in a snowstorm and the whole thing will fall over. And so I need to go look. I need to, because they're coming back tonight. And they're not coming back in the daytime. And why would you want to do a job at night? I don't even understand. Deep breath, Lesa. People get to be different. They really do. And it's okay that they want to do it different. But my job, I got to go back. And even if I got to take wood off the rack and restack it myself, I've got to fix the end of the rack itself so it's strong enough to hold the weight of the wood. And there's a problem with it, and I may have to take part of it off to fix that so that, and then I'll make up the next couple of pieces of rack because we ran out of the stuff I was trying to use. Anyway, so I'll probably get it a little bit together for them before 6 or 7 o'clock when they come back. But I'm really tired because I did a lot of digging. I did a lot of moving wood yesterday and hauling heavy things. And I'm fine with that. But my body's kind of screaming at me this morning because I haven't been able to work like that in a while. And so it feels good to be able to with, the autoimmune that I have. But it's still, it's not a perfect situation. And so this morning I'm up and I'm tired. I'm like, oh, I looked at the clock at 8 something and my clock said it was 9 something. And I went, it can't be 9 o'clock yet. There's no way. And then I looked again, the automatic, I have an atomic clock. The automatic part of it that I shut off years ago turned itself back on, and so it was reading a different time, and then it reset itself and went back to the right time for Arizona. And I was like, yeah, I'm too tired to do it. I don't want to do anything. Do I even want to do a live this morning? Catherine called. Catherine and Homer are not going to be here this morning. Homer's hand's doing better. He had a couple of stitches and he broke one finger. But he's seeing the doctor. He's healing up. He's grumpy, but he's healing up. That's basically what she told me this morning. So, and of course, I was like, Catherine, I just don't want to, I have to pull it together for a live stream. And she goes, yeah, I know. I don't want to make you talk too much because I know you're probably tired. So, and I didn't even tell her that been slinging wood last night. So, all right, guys, I can't even see. There's a glare on the phone. Okay, right there. No, I can't read it. All right, let me go back and see what y'all are talking about. Any uppercase Q comments is what I'm looking for. Who's that? Iris says, love the barter system. I do too when it works. I mean, I appreciate that we all need money, but in the situation I'm in right now, I don't have cash anymore. I had a little bit of cash in my wallet for being without a car for a month, but not for being without a car for 2 months. And so, somebody came by and brought me something, and I felt like I had to give them gas money. And somebody else came by and ran to the grocery store and came back, and I had to give them money. And so I don't have any cash. So, yeah, it's lovely when we can help with cash. But if we can do a barter or a partial barter, where at least they get a little bit of gas money and something, that often is what I try to do, because I know how it is myself, and I don't have much money. I'm still looking for uppercase Q's so I can read those comments, because Alice, just use a hair tie. Uppercase Q's, please. You have not really seen my hair. I cannot just use a hair tie. This hair tie will not go around this hair. It ain't happening. It will only go around the end of my pigtail. But I cannot. I don't even have. Yeah, don't. Yeah, don't. You didn't use uppercase Q's. I shouldn't have even read your comment. But it pisses me off when, look, I'm 67. I have had long hair down to my ankles many times in my life, and I've tried to cut it all off, and I've done all kinds of stuff, and I know what to do with my hair, and I have a lot of long hair. Please, any comments, questions, anything of that nature, use uppercase Q's, 3 uppercase Q's, and I will notice your comment. I will read it, and I will comment or answer your question. Okay, there you go, monitors. That ought to help. Moderators, rather. I said the wrong word. Are you guys actually there? Or am I having trouble with my signal this morning? I don't know. My phone updated itself overnight. Yeah, anyway. So I got a lot of vegetables. I have started dehydrating some. Ooh, I started these, never tried this before, because I have an air dehydrator. Some of you have seen it in a past video. I don't have a mandolin, so I have knives, okay? And I can cut well, but once you, okay, so I got 8 English cucumbers yesterday and 4 little bags of, aren't these Persian cucumbers or something? These little tiny ones, right? But I got the great long ones. One of the English long cucumbers, one of them, fills the whole bottom of one of the sections of my air dehydrator that's out on the porch. And hey, using what you already have, I flipped my cheese slicer upside down and tried running the cucumber across it. It worked just like a mandolin. It worked just fine. It's a sharp enough one. It actually did something. And so I made what I'm trying out, cucumber chips, and I flavored them. Yes, I did. I can eat a few spices now. So I put some salt, and it's a garlicky mix I have that's a spice mix thing, but it has only 5 ingredients in it. I know it's got garlic, probably onion powder. I think it's rosemary. and thyme or something. But anyways, and so I put some of that on it, and the patio smells really good. But anyway, it I'm trying making cucumber chips in the air dehydrator, and they weren't crunchy this morning, but they're dry. So we'll see how that works out. Okay. Iris is saying, "How is Miss Wendy today? Got clumsy fingers today." Oh, okay. Um, Wendy is fine. She's as tired as I am because we stayed out until after dark. It was probably, I don't know, 8 o'clock when we came in. And I kind of went, I need a drink. She had a nice big drink. She ate her supper. And then I made a big icy glass of drink. The other day, Jess came by and he brought ice when he came. That was so nice. It was a surprise, but that was really nice. And so I had a nice icy drink. And then I turned on a BBC mystery show thing and almost fell asleep and decided to just go to bed. So I'm pretty sure I was in bed at like 9:15 or something. It was she's knocked out. I'm going to move the phone. Just pray it still works. Okay? She's knocked out down there on the floor. She's like, "Oh no, mom, I'm sitting over here in the sunshine. I am not messing with you. Not listening very good, whatever." She not messing with it. So all right, the glare again. Yep, big glare. How can I make the glare? There we go. Use that, I think. Can I get my hand up there? Oh, the things I'm doing this morning because I'm tired. All right, let me go back and look again. So, uh, did I miss something? No, here we go. Right in here. Miss Wendy, there we go. Bernie, hi. Woohoo. Were you here? I've been waiting since 10 a.m. watching your last week is missed. Well, hey, Bernie, it's good to see you. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Right. There's a song in that. Speaking of songs in that, so many people have been passing away. Wow. Uppercase Q's. Aw, there's that sweet girl. Thanks, Iris. Hugs and kisses. Wendy, Miss Iris gives you hugs and kisses. All right. Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a lot accomplished here at the cabin in spite of, that this stuff happened late last night. I'm just tired. Come on. It may be frustration, but it's not, I'm not really mad or anything like that. Um, but, you know, whew, sometimes you just get tired. Um, but I am getting quite a few things accomplished. Made some other decisions. Oh, I'm starting to talk to a little bit of family in a very careful way. Uh, I'm. That doesn't. I don't mean that the way that probably sounds. Okay. I'm not in danger, but it's interesting that I can finally have a phone conversation with a couple of family members, and that it's kind of like okay. So, my phone. Oh, it's on my end. My phone screen is dirty, but it's not the camera part, so I won't try to clean the screen because it's what I see, not what you see. Um, yeah, I feel like all of a sudden, a lot of the work I've been doing is either getting finished or close to finished or whatever, or decisions are being made for me, like the other day when I went out and I had a swarm of termites, and then the borax had to come out, um, and because ants and termites don't like borax. So I dug that out. I solved the problem. And then I found that what someone else had done when they were trying to help me with something, it wasn't Jess, it wasn't the other guy with the plank that you guys saw come misunderstand the text message. It was not him, it was somebody else that had been here trying to help me. They moved a couple of really old 2 by 12 and 2 by 6 planks, and they were beautiful old gray wood that I've been kind of protecting and hoping to use. They put one end of them on the ground and the termites ate that end. And I could cut it off. I could use used motor oil and diesel mixed together to treat them, and then there wouldn't it wouldn't be a problem. And then in the last week or so, I just went, you know what, they'll get used. And last night, that guy, when he was doing what he was doing, that's the boards he grabbed. And I was like, well, I took a deep breath and I just said, you know what, Creator? In my mind, I said, you know what, Creator? Let's just let it go. I've been trying so hard to figure out what to do with those, where to use them. I had an idea. Every time I tried to do something, nothing was ever working. Let's just let it go. Just let it go. And so this morning, well, I haven't had much time awake to just think about some of this stuff, but it's sort of like, well, at least it got used, and I don't have to wonder what I'm going to use it for anymore because over time it'll get ruined. So if I really want it, I don't know. We'll just have to move something, and I can't imagine wanting it anymore. So deep breath and just let it go. Sometimes you just gotta let some stuff go to make room for whatever's next, right? So, guys, please use the three uppercase Q's. It's the only messages I'm going to read and comment on today. Uh, I'm going to check the battery on the phone. I can't see the battery on the phone. Why can't? Because when the phone reset itself, it changed the. It did. It changed the thing that shows me how much battery I got. Well, poop head. So what does that mean? Okay, maybe I got 40% battery and I might have to plug in. And if I have to plug in, I have to change something, but not a lot. Okay, I read that one. I read that one. Good luck with, oh, this is Beth. With family matters, may they be positive. Thank you very much. So far, so good, but not, they're states away from me, a long ways away from me. So it's not anything to, it's not like they're coming over and, telling me I didn't build something right or something. Donna K, hey, roaches and fleas don't like borax either. Lots of things don't. It's really good. It's good stuff. So, oh, and okay, I didn't put borax in my Amazon store, but borax on Amazon, you could get 3 boxes as a thing. Pretty inexpensive, cheaper than I can buy it in the grocery store in my area. Okay, hunting for 3 uppercase Q's. You made the great creator happy, Lesa. Who's that? Iris. I did? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm only reading. I'm not even checking your other messages. if they don't have uppercase Q's this morning, guys, because I just don't have the energy for it. Look at the color of my titanium Sierra mug. Okay, the handle folds on this, but it's been on a fire a couple of times, so it's kind of black. These don't clean up. Okay, they're super, super lightweight and they're strong, right? It's what I had my breakfast in this morning. But they don't clean up like stainless steel does. Stainless steel, even after you put it on a fire, if you scrub it, or if before you put it on the fire, you put a little dish soap on it or something with soap on it, it's real easy to clean. But the titanium just gets colored. And so it has character. It says, I've been used. Okay. In order to do what I need to do right now, I need to plug the phone in. Okay, there's the phone plugged in. Okay. Yes, whatever this stupid... I shouldn't be calling it stupid. That's not fair. But where the I something... really without my permission. I mean, maybe I didn't realize and I said, yeah, go ahead, whatever, because they're always updating it all the time. Whoops, I lost you guys. Wait a minute. I knocked you over. Okay, I'm trying to balance it on the edge of the table. Oh, because where did I put that little thing? I have a little L. Where did I put it? Poop head. I wasn't going to stand up. Well, there's a reason I wasn't going to stand up. So, okay. I think I know where it is. Let's see if it's in here. Because plugging in the phone thing, I need the little corner. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I need this thing. Because so the phone can sit on the table. And so I have this little bag. It's a tech bag. It was like $9. It has pockets in it. Yeah, I wish the inside color was a different color, but when I'm trying to find something on a budget, sometimes you got to do what it does. And it does that color. Not the more expensive ones, you have a choice of color. Okay, now if I plug the cord into the little L thing, then I can plug the L thing into the phone. Yes, I know my hand's in the way. All right, then I can set this. Oh no, it still doesn't work. Pooter head. Do I have the other one? Oh, when I had the tripod. Okay, the phone's moving too much. Hang on. When I had the tripod, these things worked better because it wasn't on the edge of the table. And I'm using, okay, we'll try this one. This kind of shape. Okay. They came in these little L-shaped thingies. They were probably $4.99 or something like that. They came in a set. But with the tripod, I had more space. And right now I'm just using this little... It may work better, but I'm just using this little flippy stand. One of these. Okay, you probably don't even know what that is, but whatever. It's the best I could do. All right, let's see. And as long as I put the phone... Yeah, I have to put the phone right on the edge of the table so that the cord part is hanging off the table. Wait a minute. That's not going to work. Poop head. I can't do it. All right, well, maybe I'm... Sucks. This is all to make sure the battery doesn't die on us. I'm too tired of this stuff this morning. Okay, bear with me, please. As you see the ceiling. Okay. My whole cabin could use a paint job, inside and out. And I had a dream sometime in the last week. Woke up, thinking I was painting. And I was like, well, that's weird. And I was painting the shower house. And then the girl I mentioned to you guys, a few weeks back, a month ago, um, she texted me yesterday and said, I've been thinking about you. I should have my truck soon. And yes, I used to paint houses for a living. And yes, I would love to have some kind of uh, something. And I said, well, it's not a perfect project. And I don't have perfect funds. So let's talk. So I think she said in about a week we'll talk about that. And I sent her back and I was like, the very first project, because it'll be the shower house, I'm like, it's not even like a professional painting job kind of thing. This is something that I could hire a 10-year-old to help me with scrap wood. And yes, a coat of paint is going to make it look different, but I gotta afford the paint now. And I got right on Home Depot and took a quick look to see how much is paint by a 5-gallon bucket. And so it's somewhere around between $100 and $200 a bucket for 5 gallons of paint. And I had used really super good quality Behr exterior paint on purpose because, and I used it. Well, the plan was to. Oh, I did it. Oh no, yeah, I did it with this one, but I can't set it on the cup. Okay, I was trying. I'm trying. I might be able to lean it on the cup, and the stand's not perfect. Nope, it's not going to work. It's going to make it all cattywampus. So nope, that's not working. Okay, anyway, I'm going to stop trying. So the intention was to use Behr, really good quality because their paint's pretty good, exterior paint, and all the white paint here, the interior and the exterior white paint, was all going to be the exterior semi gloss satin semi gloss paint. And that way everything would be the same bucket of paint no matter what you do. And the color, it was something I had mixed, but I had it mixed by their computerized thing. And it was a standard kind of Nantucket gray, so it has some blue in it. And so I should be able to color match the gray on the cabin. And so the white paint should cost me something like between 100 and 150 for a 5-gallon bucket. And then we ought to be able to just do the best we can, right? Plan is for the outside, the inside of the shower house to be painted white. And then if I want to, I can go back in with some accent color, or whatever I do for fabric shower curtains will be the color. But basically it'll be white on the inside, and then the outside will get the gray like I have on the cabin. And then the cabin, the same thing. The back patio is going to keep the pressure treated lumber in that like redwood color it comes in. And copper is sort of the colors back there, with that stone floor, which is a creamy color stone. And then the cabin on the inside is going to stay white. But when we do the bed bump out thing, which might be next year, I'm going to start setting aside $100 a month toward the bed thing. That's a construction project. It'll cost me a couple $1,000s to do that. But it'll make, if for some reason I needed resale value, it would make that better. And for my kids moving here in 4 or 5 years, it would make it easier for them. And it'll make it more comfortable when I'm here. So it's worth another couple $1,000s, say a couple $1,000s, because I have to pay for labor. That's the part that's going to get me more. But anyway, so the inside of this will stay white. All these things like this messy wall back here, that'll get repaired. All the weird places where I never had caulk or I couldn't afford the quarter round trim or whatever, that'll all get caulked and fixed. And the cord for the black light, the light, the pendant light that hangs in the center of the cabin, the cord is black. It'll get a white cord cover. We're not talking super expensive stuff, but it's time consuming. And so that stuff will get done. And eventually, behind the wood stove, we'll get it's the wood stove behind it. These black heat shields, go that way, Lesa. Black heat shields. They're supposed to be 6 foot tall corrugated metal. So it will look like galvanized metal. And so eventually, probably next year, that will get done as well. And then it'll be more like I really wanted it. The front porch, Jess and I are going to start working on the railing for the front porch. Partly because I have a new neighbor down at the closest county maintained road. Because I can hear them when they hammer their building. I can hear the hammering. So, because of that, the free range cattle are kind of moving around more, and they've been closer to the cabin than they've been in a long time. Because of that, and because I cannot afford one, and my 10 acres is a challenge to fence, because I have a big hill drop off. So you can't really fence the drop off. I mean, I've had a couple of guys say yes, but they also said, about $15,000. Well, no, I haven't even got $15,000 in my cabin, okay? So I don't got it like that, people. So because of that, my yard fence is really important to keep the cattle from harming any of the things that I need to be safe and be okay. And to also protect Wendy from coyotes and animals and stuff like that. So the yard fence is from the front corners of the house around to the other front corner of the house. But then the porch sticks out. So the porch railing is important to keep the cattle from coming up on the porch and swinging their head. Some of them are longhorns. They could, break a window, and then I'd really have a problem. So Jess and I were talking about it. We're going to do that pretty soon. I have got to find a way, or a person or something. I've got to find a way to get 10 pressure treated 2x4s here. And then Jess and I are trying to come up with an interesting, what's the term for they're not, are they finals? They're not finals. The slat things that are on a porch railing. You have the top and the bottom thing, and then you have something in between that's smaller. Anyways, we're going to come up with something. And we have an idea, and he was interested in doing what I was thinking about. So the front porch, as far as paint goes, was always planned, even though it's built out of pressure-treated lumber, that's getting painted white. So the porch railings, and I mean the porch railings, will get painted white. Now, depending on what we do as that in-between part, the pretty part of the porch railing, I'm not 100% sure that everything will be white, but we'll figure that out. And the ceiling of the front porch is supposed to be light blue. It just hasn't gotten done. So that's wow, I guess I was in a design mode to tell you all that today. So, I'm still trying to move my garden stuff around because one, it needs to be moved so I can protect it from the cattle. And I kept messing with things when I didn't feel good. And we hadn't had much rain, and I was like, you know what? It kind of doesn't matter whether I get a lot of plants in the ground right now because I've had big gardens. As long as I get a space designated for the gardens that will work in with what I got going on and will work with my income. So I think I've picked out where that garden stuff is going to go. I just haven't got it moved over there and all designed. But once I do that, then we'll be finished with it. I could use one more, well, I could use a couple of rolls. What, 3 rolls? Uh, Wait a minute. Would it be 3 or would it be 4? It's either 3 or 4 rolls I would love to have, but I can't afford it right now. If I had 1 roll of new yard fencing, it would be really, really helpful. But it's $85, and with me trying to save 100 toward the bed edition thing, the bed bump out thing, and um trying to make sure I'm going to have enough money to pay for the car if I ever get my car back, because I haven't heard from anybody. I asked what was going on and nobody has responded. So I don't know. Deep breath on that one. Um, but anyway, so I got to be careful. Plus, I got to buy paint, and I don't know how soon I'm going to have to do all these things. And I will pace myself. Like I tried to pace myself last night working with the wood pile, but I was so excited and I felt good. So I just kept working and I overdid it a little bit. I should have been a little more careful, but it's okay. It's okay. It's getting done. Um, all right. I need to check your messages again, your uppercase Q messages. But basically, yeah, I can't quite see how I can afford an $85 roll of okay, so those rolls of yard fencing, they're snow and sand fence from Tractor Supply. They oh, excuse me, they only sell them seasonally. And so they used to be $45 a roll when I started this, and it was a really good, I could afford it. Now they're $85 a roll. And I don't have a truck, and I don't even have a car right now. So this is I have to work with somebody else that's able to go do the trips and whatever. But I will figure it out, okay? So some of the supplies, and it's not like I don't have a little bit of money saved. I just don't have a lot of little money saved. Um, and somebody gave me, I forgot the guy's name. I want to say Greg gave me a gift of some money, but he asked me to put it toward the car. So that's being held separate. And it was $200. That's being held separate for the car. So I'm being careful with the little bit of savings I have because I do have a car to pay for and that repair and whatever. Because it's $200 for the computer rebuild to Randy Gibbs, but I don't even know whether. Last time I talked to Randy about 2 weeks ago, he said the guy just finally looked at it and we're hunting for parts because I've never had one of these go bad before and we're having trouble finding the parts to fix your computer. I just went, deep breath. Okay, God, here we are. Turtle step our way along. But the turtle steps, as far as what I can do for projects here at home, are kind of going in this direction. And that's why I'm talking about all this stuff at home, because we have the hand wash sink and everything in the bathroom. Now it's the starter sink that's in the bathroom because it's a 1 gallon, $6 funnel from Walmart. And the intention was always to try to get I think you say Barron's galvanized metal to use for a bathroom sink. But until I can go to a Tractor Supply or something, that's so for now it's got the starter one. It has the red plastic sink in there right now, but it works just fine. You can wash your hands. I can brush my teeth. Um, you have a place to spit. When I finish washing dishes, I can carry the dishwater over there and dump it down the drain. Um, and when I get the garden space figured out and set the way I want it, then the garden space will have um, worm buckets half buried in the ground and things of that nature, so that there's a place closer to the house to take the regular compost. Um, and then I'll have self-watering system set up so that things like the dishwater can be taken over there and dumped into like a gray water thing. It won't be draining to it. I don't care about having a sink with a drain. It's okay that it gets drained into a bucket, or I dump it in a bucket is okay with me. And then that bucket gets carried over to the garden, gets dumped into first a bucket of rocks so that it filters out the crap, and then into a reservoir bucket that will have, it's not set up yet, but it will have, I have some pipe here, some old plastic pipe I found, PVC stuff or whatever it was. Anyways, it'll have pipe. We'll drill holes in the pipe so that it like self waters the garden. So that's how that's going to work. Okay, checking for uppercase Q comment. Oh, okay. So the last one I had read was Iris Happy Lesa. Okay. Now hunting for uppercase Q's, because they're the only ones I'm reading today. I'm not even focusing on your other comments and stuff. This looks like Bernie. Understand, comprehendo. One of those days that says, please take it easy. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's true. Sometimes it is. And so today may be a take it easy, because I might work hard tonight again. And then I'll probably need like Monday to kind of just be crashed out. And then Jez will come, and who knows? Who's this? Beth? Yeah, Beth. Uppercase Q's. Yes, Bear paint from Home Depot is wonderful paint. Yes, it is. And I did a lot of research before I decided. Some of you know I was an artist. And part of my training, I had one art teacher, private art teacher, that I had to pay for. Okay. Um, and he had worked and trained in Venice. He taught me how to make my own paint, like from dirt and flowers and stuff. And so for me, when I look at paint, I did the research to find out what's one of the better ones that last really good. And so I pay for paint. I may not be able to afford super great expensive stuff in my house, but I know that like the T111 on the outside of the house, it should have been a thicker ply. And I thought that I had paid for a thicker ply, but when it showed up, it was what it was. And it was a semi truck that delivered it. And all they said to me was, well, yeah, it was a mistake. You were supposed to have, thicker stuff. But the only way, you have to bring it back to us. Well, I don't have a truck. And how was I getting it back to you? And so the only other thing we can do is give you a little bit of money off we can give you a little money back. So they gave me a little money back, and I kept the thin stuff that's on the side of the house. And I know enough to know that as long as I put good paint on it and keep it in good shape, then it will stay protected, and it's good enough for now and for a lot of years. So having good paint on it is really important. And there could be a day when somebody with more money, or if my son comes and want to renovate, he might just put some kind of like aluminum siding on it or something, metal siding or something. Who knows? But for now, it's fine as long as I keep it painted. So paint protects things and it's really good. Anyway, so Leanna, exciting about your dream and the phone call from the girl who paints. I just love that. Yeah, that's another one of those. None of us decided that, it's just happening. And she said the same thing because I said to her, oh, how I was like, oh, it's so nice to hear from you, or something like that. And then I said, I had this dream. And I said, incredible timing, eh? And she sent back, yeah. And that kind of timing we pay attention to. I'll talk to you next week. And I was like, okay, that's cool. So, yep. Uh, Beth, uppercase Q's, light blue porch ceilings are traditional. It's not only traditional, there's another reason for it, okay? It keeps the bugs away. It prevents bugs and it prevents birds from trying to nest on your porch. So that's why it's traditional. But I actually had a really pretty like Caribbean blue that had a little green in it and stuff. And I had it picked out years ago. And I was like, that would be really cool because the sky here is one shade and but I was like, it doesn't matter. At this point, it'll probably be the cost of the paint in order to have the color more than the color itself. It will be the deciding factor on that. But that's why light blue porch ceilings are traditional. Uppercase Q's. Bernie, praying you will, probably your will, speak those things that aren't as if they were. Oh, well, they are. What we're gonna get this place painted. We're gonna have the porch railings on before long. My son and his family are going to drive out and visit. I don't know for sure whether they're coming in September or November, but they've decided that they're going to make the trip. His wife needs to see this to know whether they really want to have it in the future. So, because like she said, she hates the desert. She was raised many years by I guess her mother likes her drugs or something, or alcohol or something. But uh she was raised a lot of her school age years in a schoolie in the desert. But she remembers the desert being like all dirt and poisonous snakes. And that's kind of all she remembers. So, and a lot of wind. So, it'll be interesting for her to come see whether she wants to be here or not. And then they'll decide and we'll go from there what's going to happen next. But anyways, so yes, speak, Bernie, speak things as if they are. So yeah, so when we get this painted, it's going to be lovely. And the bed bump out, it's been kind of going through my mind when when the thought passes through, that I will go to the county and talk to the building guy, the permit guy, and just speak to him about it. Make sure because I'm already approved with my occupancy permit, but I just want to make sure I'm not, doing anything that he wants a permit for, which I don't think. I think I'm fine, but I'll double check with him. And then based on what he says, the way I'm seeing it right now, we're just doing a bump out that would be like an RV slide out thing, except it wouldn't move, or would be a little thing like a bay window or something. But if he says, well, this, or I don't know what he's going to say. Okay. But whatever he says, it's possible it could be a small bedroom. but I'm not going to make it much bigger than the size of a bed. I mean, because the cabin's small to start with, and there is no reason to make that a big room. So all it needs to be is enough space to get inside and get around a bed frame if it has to be a bedroom. And if not, if it's just the bed, then the opening would be you're sitting. How do you explain that? It would be like sitting on a window seat, and the opening would be you know, you're just sitting on the mattress. So either one is okay with me, but it's very minimalist and small and cabin like and all of that kind of stuff. But anyways, that's so I'll probably talk to him because it's going to take a while at $100, saving $100 a month. It's going to take a while, and that will cut back on things I can do on an everyday basis. It's okay. It's not really a problem. It's okay. I have a grill to tighten screws on and get grill paint for. I just I never even thought about buying things like grill paint from off of Amazon. When I looked it up and the price is pretty good, um, then I'm blessed that this one guy that delivered my water for me took is responsible enough. I gave him my post office box key, and he's in town during the week. And so he'll just say, "Hey, Lesa, you got anything at the post office? I'm going in." And he'll just check and put it in his truck, and then he'll give it to me when he can come out. So that's really nice that he can just do that for me. So it makes that more convenient. Doesn't make everything more convenient. And grocery store stuff, though, so far so good. I don't even know. I'm gonna give him. Okay, that guy that does that trip for me to the post office and stuff. He's the one working on stacking the firewood, and so when he comes through tonight, I'm giving him a bunch more of this vegetables that I know I'm not going to be able to process or take care of, and so I'm just going to give that to him to take. Anyways, okay, Bernie, uppercase Q's. We always see and speak what's reality. We've been practicing Romans 4:17 more so since 2018, and I know not easy road. Remember, you have those of us that are behind you, if not in person, we are here. Yes, thank you, Bernie, very much. And every time you guys leave me little comments on my videos and stuff, it reminds me more that there is somebody behind me. Somebody like in human form too. Iris, uppercase Q's. I just love this community. Thank you for being here, Bernie. Beth, cheap T111 is only 5/32 inch. Yes, good paint and maintenance will make it last longer. Yes. And it wasn't cheap, but whatever. It wasn't what I ordered, but getting it, oh yeah, that was a whole thing. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that. What am I? Oh, I couldn't I couldn't move the messages. I was stuck. There we go. All right, so Bernie meant to say also that when we even think it, it becomes reality in the making, as so we also speak it happens. Um, Bernie again, once an artist, always an artist, Hermana. Yes. Hermana, for you guys that don't know Spanish, means sister. Yes. Yes. That aesthetic, that color choices, that I want things to not only be practical but look good. That's where that comes from. By the way, I'm going to get rid of the sewing machine because I remembered more about who I really am. I remember when I finished with sewing machines a long time ago. I don't love doing machines. One, they break down. Okay, look at the car, right? But sometimes there are things that are useful. And that particular machine made a lot of curtains for a lot of vans. Okay. And it is a plastic one that you either plug it into a 110, it worked on my little battery pack, or you could put batteries in it. And I understand it, but I know sewing machines, so I could keep it running and I could make it work. So I did a lot with it, but I'm going back to the hand sewing. And oh, speaking of that, at the farmer's market, this guy came in with these two baby goats. And I just went, wait a minute. They're baby goats, but they're going to be big goats. But what are they mixed with? Because their hair, fur is not right. They're partially Angora goats, Angora, Nubian, and some pygmy goat. Anyway, but they're going to be big goats. The guy, when I was talking to him, he's got all the wool and getting ready to shear the father of these little goats. And he said he doesn't know what to do with it. And so he's going to bring me some. So I need to buy, unless somebody wants to get me a gift, I need to buy a drop spindle because he's going to bring me wool. Well, I don't know if you call it wool, it's off a sheep. I mean, it's off a goat. I don't know what you call it off a goat. Anyway, but he's going to bring it to me. That should be fun because I do like to, I like to drop spindle. I don't know. Anyway, all right, let me see what else is in here. Iris says, woohoo. I pray she's happy and you all build a family homestead together. I pray she's happy too. I kind of think she will be. Oh, last week I saw the notice on Facebook that at Sanders, they're putting in a big gas station complex. And okay, so like Monday or Tuesday, they broke ground in a ceremony because it's basically reservation up there. They broke ground on a new gas station complex along with a Sonic. Now, I'm not a fast food person, but that's how big our community is growing. That is up at I-40. So, things like that will make it more appealing to a lot of people, but to her as well. And so, yeah, I don't know that she's going to want to be here with me. That I don't know, but that's not up to me. I'll find out when I find out. Okay, Bernie. I like those houses that were targeted, got burnt because not have blue roofs when targeted. Y'all remember that? Oh, yeah, I do. I do. That was the California fire thing. Um, yeah, something about the blue roofs didn't burn. Yep. I didn't make my roof blue though. Darn. Anyway, Bernie, Lesa, yes, Beth. I'm praying they're right with you as others, and where one or more in an agreement, it shall be established. Thank you, Bernie, for the reminders. Bernie again. Yes, Leanne, we come in agreement with her dreams will come true for Lisa's home. Thank you so much, guys. Um, Beth. Uh, Angora, Nubian, Pygmy, something. Great hair for spinning, great milkers, great small size. True, but well, first off, I can't afford them, okay? I can't take care of animals alone. Well, not that I couldn't, but I mean, it costs money to have animals. It's not like you just bring them home and let them loose. I mean, I got wild animals out here, so you'd have to protect them. They'd have to have a structure of, you know, I don't have that situation. But yes, beautiful little goats. Beautiful. All not perfectly, but almost all white. Beautiful, two of them. Beautiful little goats. Um okay, Iris is saying LOL and her uppercase Q's. Do you think we can spin my dog's fur too? Yes, you can. And has the softest fur, and she's got a lot. Yes, you can spin her fur. Yeah. Um, Isn't it the Danish that make dog hair sweaters out of their dog's hair? Yeah, absolutely. Look it up. Not even a thing. Um, Bernie, I love it when your knowledge continues to shine through. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Beth, I've spun dog hair. It works well. Yes. They make sweaters out of it. I wouldn't even hesitate. Just do it. Now, Wendy's hair is short, but when you card the wool fur, and carding it means you're brushing it so that the fibers are all kind of going the same direction. And then when you spin it, you're twisting it so that it gets stronger. Sort of think about the fact that when you braid hair, it's stronger, or you braid something, it's stronger than if you just have one piece. And so you make it all go the same direction and then you twist it. It's sort of like braiding it. I mean, I'm trying to break it down in a way that would help you, anyways. And so then it becomes strong. And so, anyways, that's how that works. Iris. All right, then I will start saving it. Next question: how to best store the fur until I can figure out the next step? Um, Put it in a bag. Uh, of course, a paper bag would be best so it breathes. Um, Make sure you set it in the sunshine every once in a while to keep the bugs from getting in it, but the bugs shouldn't be in it anyways. And then, like I said, you just start carding it. That's brushing it. And I mean, I've even done it. Now, this is really rustic, guys. Using what you already have. I've done it by using two dog brushes. Okay. To just you use one. I can't. I only have one hand right now, but you put one brush this direction and the other brush this direction on the other side, so you're brushing against each other to get the hairs in a line. And then you just start. You can roll it with your fingers. You don't have to be super fancy. Twist it with your fingers. It'll be chunky yarn. Okay. But then when you can afford it, you can get the little things to card, the little brushes for carding it. They look like dog brushes. And then a drop spindle is, look it up. It looks like a kid's historic toy. It's just a long stick. It sometimes has a little cup hook on the top of it, a long stick, and a piece of round wood on the bottom. And sometimes the very bottom of its weight is a little bit heavy. But you just hold it up and you twist, and then it's yarn. And it's sort of like that. Sort of like that. Oh, that's why they used to brush to get the fur in one direction. Yes, that's what they. Yes. Hmm. Yep, that's all. Because when you're like brushing your dog and you're getting the clumps of hair, they're clumps, but you just want them to get in line so that when you twist them, it's sort of like I got to brush my hair before I braid it because it'll look better and it won't be like sticking out all over the place. And then you have a neat braid. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a simplified explanation, but geez, most of these things are simplified anyways in all reality. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. I'm excited to try this. Cool. I mean, don't forget, Iris, it is work. The reason that you can buy a $1 pair of knit gloves at Walmart is because it takes time to make your own. And once they put them on a machine, they can just like knock them out, right? But uh, anything that is healthier for you and everything else, it takes a lot more effort. And so don't forget, it's just going to take time. You're not going to see it. You're not going to see necessarily. And you're not, okay, that sentence didn't work. You're not necessarily going to see super great progress quickly, but it doesn't mean it won't happen. So, yeah. So that's that. Um, oh, I need to text a neighbor today I could have one or two feral cats from a neighbor, like right away, like Thursday. Um, and not, but I was about to say, but, and the other night, I can't tell, I have left the dog crate on the front porch with the cat's favorite, well, the cats, when the cats were brought here, when the cats first were here as kittens, they came with a little pillowcase thing as their like bed. And I've had it ever since those kittens came. And so that is inside the crate that the cat liked sleeping in, and Wendy likes it too. Okay. So I've left that on the front porch. And twice this week in the middle of the night, I heard something, and the motion sensor light on the front porch came on. And I was like, that timing sounds like karma. I need to, one, okay, that's another thing I can do today when I don't feel like doing much, but I need to put the SD card back in the game camera so that we can see what's turning the light on at night. And if it's karma, yay. I need to double check with these possible cats that could come Thursday. I need to double check and make sure that maybe they're female, because if karma was to get here and it was a male cat, that might be a problem. But if it's a female cat, so I don't know, but I don't know. But the other cat that ran away before it got out of the car went back to its home. And those people's RV broke down. I thought they were going to be gone a long, long time. And I got to talk to them this week. And yes, they had intended to be gone a long, long time. And their car broke down 45 minutes away from home. And when they got back home, the cat was there. And so they came and got their stuff. So it's all good. I've got to make a door for the cat to get in and out of the shower house. Because now that it has a door on it and everything, if karma really was coming in and out of the bathroom and I didn't know it because his bed was in there, once we put the door on, he can't get back in. So I need to fix that there's a cat door. And then when I get one that's new, I need to close the door so that they stay in there for a couple of weeks until they know it's home. And then know where the food is and stuff like that. And then, okay, so that's the cat stuff. Beth. Yes, Bernie, I once did a fine lace scarf for a woman whose Pyrenees was elderly, something to remember her by. There you go. There you go, Beth. Neutered male cats usually get along. That's true, but karma's not neutered. So I really just couldn't afford it at the time. And you guys know I would have to go to Sholo or Gallup to get a neuter done. It's a long ways, kind of, sort of, from where I'm at. It could be problematic. I'm trying this again. I don't think it's... Oh, okay. Can I put the coffee... My arm was getting tired of holding the phone. So I'm messing with it again. All right. Coffee cup. No, make the coffee cup do that. It's the handle of the coffee cup is giving us an angle on the phone, and I have the phone stand almost off the end of the table in order to make, look, oops, in order to make it work. And put that multi-tool behind the cup so the cup doesn't slide. Ooh, look, have I got it? All right, I'm seeing, is that Iris saying, oh dear, I got company. y'all gotta go. Sending love, good thoughts, prayers for everyone. Please play for Homer's hand and upcoming surgery. Okay. All right. Later, Iris. Have a good day. Have a nice visit with your company. Okay. Okay, I still have to kind of keep a hand, but I can use a different muscle maybe. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I want to stay on much longer, guys. How are y'all doing? We've talked about spinning. We've talked about a couple of things. Um, I'm also going to need to buy pickling Crocs. Now, let me kind of explain that because I don't want big pickle Crocs. It's hot here. So any of the ferments here can easily, not on purpose, but easily can turn to a moldy mess because it can be so hot. But this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to hold you again. All right. I was trying. Anyway, so well, maybe I got enough. It would be nice if I had enough battery. That's all right. We'll get by. Whatever. Oh, it's 46. That's because we're using the phone. Anyway, okay, back. Pickle and Crocs. So because of all the stuff they gave us, okay, what I want to get is a small Asian style pickle and crock because first off, I don't eat a lot of it. Probiotics probably, but I want the kind that has like the moat that you can seal with water. And the reason for that is because with the heat the way it is and everything here, if I'm trying to preserve stuff, first off, I've dropped an awful lot of glass mason jars on my stone floor and broken them. And I just don't want to repeat that. But a crock can stay in a darkish. So right now, my darkish corner of the cabin is around the wood stove. And I still have to monitor for how hot it is in here. Like, it's warmer today, and it's already 82 degrees according to that thermometer up there. Up there. Up, up, up there. It's already 82. So, you know, when we get done this morning, I've got to go wet the towel for over those vegetables. And they're just in the corner in here. And so I have to kind of be careful to monitor this stuff so it doesn't rot on me. But if I was fermenting something and I had that kind with the little moat with the water, help seal it so that the fermentation still happens, but it has less chance of going bad. So we'll do that. When I finish fixing up the garden space, I may make a place in the garden space as well, where like my old Zier pot or um, evaporative refrigerator plant pot things, um, they're not working as good as they used to, and I've taken them apart and scrubbed them a couple of times. Sometimes with all the wind, what happens to those clay pots is the sand gets in the pores of the clay pot, and then they don't act the same. And because of that, I've been debating what to do because I can't take advantage of those big pots that I have. So I might make a way that I can bury them mostly in a garden bed where the garden is going to get watered all the time anyways, and it would help them stay cool. And if I separate them, then I'll have two big pots, and then I can make some kind of cool cover for them. They might be the cover that a water container sits on or something. I don't know the answer. But what I'm kind of saying is it would give me more storage, but it would be in the garden beds. I don't mind that. It's sort of like, you know, putting it in the corner of a garden is not a bad idea because you could partially bury it. The ground's a little cooler, stuff like that. So I probably will do something similar. Um, so I'm looking for uppercase Q's again. Okay, I don't see uppercase Q's, but oh, I see Beth putting something up. Yeah, I found some pretty ones, Beth, but I'm not paying $50 for them. I found some that are closer to $20, and they're like a liter, which is similar to a quart. And that's big enough for, one person alone. And yeah, if I have a fork full once a day or something, and you can add to them and take out of them. Yeah, if I could have a 1 gallon would be good. A 2 gallon wouldn't hurt. Like right now, I have so many cucumbers. Wow, to have a 1 gallon, I could make pickles, right? I mean, a 2 gallon, I could make pickles, and they'd last months. But I don't want to go crazy, and I don't want to spend a lot of money. And I think I saw like a 2 gallon crock with that water seal. It was, I don't know, 70, $80, something like that. Maybe it was $100. And I was like, yeah, no. I would rather spend $100 right now on a roll of fence than I would on the crock. So I would share the cucumbers with somebody else first, is my point. So, and I'm not a big fan of onions. So they probably gave me 30 onions yesterday. And so I'll be giving quite a few of those to Justin when he comes tonight. Because I can dehydrate more. Yes, I don't mind doing that. But yeah, the Chinese porcelain one's $215. Exactly. That's my point. I totally get it. And so I'm not trying to do that. I'm no. We can be practical. We can be on a budget. We can still do these things. I had somebody that I trust. Okay, the girl who took my chickens from here when I needed to give up those chickens, the barred rock ones, the pretty ones. She brought me eggs. And she knows how to keep eggs without a refrigerator. So they, again, are underneath the wood stove. And they had a damp towel on top of them yesterday. When we get finished, I will wet that towel again. They're fine. They're not cold. They're not hot either. But I'm just keeping them as shady as I can. But if I had uh, an appropriate crock, I could pickle eggs. Of course, I'm not sure I could eat them with my right now. Hey, my health keeps getting better. But I'm not sure if I could eat them right now because of the whole thing with vinegar. I haven't found out whether that has improved yet. So there's that. We got the vent. Who's the lady that gave me the vent topper thing, the RV vent topper thing? The It's not Lipton. It's Lippert or something? She gave me that thing, and every once in a while she sends me a message and says, I haven't seen that thing. It's on the top of the shower house. I put it on the vent pipe from the currently being used compost and toilet. Now, the other compost and toilet right now is in storage mode. I have just made this executive decision because mine's already approved. I'm going to change the lid on the storage one from a piece of sharp metal that I stuck pool noodles on to keep you from cutting your leg. I'm going to change that lid. And in the future, my 2 barrels are going to have their own lids with their own stink pipes, vent pipes. And why? because why keep moving lids around when you don't have to? And I'm going to round the corners off on the lids because why did they make these things square? They don't need to be square. I thought that to start with, but I was trying really hard to make sure I was complying with what the county wanted. So I built them exactly the way they wanted. Well, now that I'm looking at them, I'm like, and using them, I'm like, oh, we changing that. So, so one of them's, you know, I wasn't here when Jess was helping me dig the hole and I didn't measure. One of them's deeper in the ground and so it's shorter to sit on than the other one. The other one's a little higher. I may make a little stool for your feet for the second one, the higher one, but whatever. But I'm going to round those seats off because why have this big honking ass piece of stuff? Anyway, and like I said, they'll both have their own separate stink pipes. So it's what I always called it. So I've ordered another vent topper, but I ordered because it was cheaper. I ordered the Cyclone vent topper that goes on RVs for the second one. Well, that one moved, okay, in the wind. And I often have a breeze. If I don't have a wind, I have a breeze. So I thought, well, that'll be interesting. We'll do that. Because as opposed to like $30, it was like 15 or something. And I was like, yeah, I got to do the cheaper thing right now. So, but that way I now have now the second one's not installed yet because I'm going to do a new lid for it. Um and I haven't decided if I'm doing just a regular toilet seat. Like the last toilet seat I did was just like a 7.99 or a 10.99 from Walmart. And I may do the same kind of lid, I might not. But I think the kind of so you have to let your company know which toilet you're using, right? So I'll have some system made up like where maybe the bucket I use for putting my little shower thing in, maybe the bucket lives on top of the toilet that we're not using. And then when we switch to use the other toilet, you switch the bucket over. I don't know yet. But that to me that's very practical. The other thing is painter's cheap that didn't come out right. Painter's tape is because, like I told Jess, all those cool shelves, we put shelves in different places. Then, when I have the cats need to be in there, then they have places to climb around. And yes, there's stuff on the shelves, but I'm not worried about this stuff. For now, I'm using Folgers plastic red plastic cans. When my neighbors buy their coffee, they'll give me their. I don't know if Leanna, I don't know if you use Folgers coffee, but if you have those plastic containers and you're not using them, I'll take a few more. Sometimes I get some of the really tall ones from somebody, and for the moment, I mean, I want to get back away from plastic, but for right now, when I can get those for free, I'll wash them out. Like my laundry soaps in one of those on one of those shelves in the shower house, and one of them's got cat food in it in the shower house. But in a general sense, I'm not trying. I haven't had any trouble with the rats in there, but I got a flashy light and oh, and there's a fan getting ready. So I bought a solar fan real cheap. I think I paid $15 for it. It has its own solar panel. It only comes on when it's really sunny out. And it's getting a little stuffy in there now that it's more closed up. But that fan's going to get installed probably Monday. And then that'll help. It'll be fresher air in there, which will also help push the air up through the stink pipes and out the roof. Because the way the vents work on those toilets, that will help with that. But already it's feeling pretty good in there. It's it's an overgrown shed, but once it gets some paint and stuff, you guys will be surprised. I don't want to show you. I'm going to need more of those 12-inch by 12-inch paver blocks for at least the center of the floor. I have a few right now. Um, Now that the sink and the drain is all taken care of, I need, what did I say? I needed 6 more to make the center of it easy to walk on. Right now, it's like step in the right place and don't twist your ankle, right? Um, and then part of the floor right now is still um, dirt. But in the future, that'll get taken care of. Just right now, it's like that. But the center of the floor needs those because that's the shower. And so eventually, someday when I can afford it, we'll knock the corners off 4 of the blocks, like probably in the center, and we'll use cement and we'll put in a drain for the shower. And then, but for now, you just shower standing on those blocks and the water goes out because there's a crack under the wall right now. Someday I've got, excuse me, I have a hair. I have enough leftover flashing from when we did the cabin to go all the way around the shower house. And someday I will dig down 6 to 8 inches, probably 6 inches, and put that metal all the way around. That'll keep the rats out even better. Okay. But for right now, I didn't want to do that because the water just goes under the wall. No big deal for the moment. And yeah, it's all scrap T111 and scrap this and scrap that. And the door's bigger than the hole, the doorway that it covers. But unless you're really paying attention, you don't notice it that much. And it's not that big a deal. It works. And it's more important that it works. So, coat of paint, a little dolling it up, doing something cutesy with the cat door. I'd like to do something. Now, I may just cut a hole and use a piece of wood that I could slide in and out, right, to close the door, right? That makes sense to me. But there may be a point when I like want it to look like a little hobbit door or something cute for the cats to go in and out. Who knows? But that'll come with when I get ready to paint it and make it look better. And I'm kind of just talking. All right, let's see what you guys more. Please use the uppercase cues, guys. Um, the link was to a 27. Yeah, exactly. The link was to a $27 crock, and you ended up seeing one for $300 or 250 or whatever it was. Leanna, I love making executive decisions. There you go. Thanks. Um, Leanna, yes, I do. Not clean right now. Folgers cans, but no lids. I mean, for now, I'll even take those because, um, like, I need one to just put all my extra um, packages that have like rubber gloves and um, sponges and scrubbies. It doesn't need a lid. I just need one to put those things in to keep them out of the way. And I'm trying to figure out and reorganize the stuff I'm using in a kitchen sense. That stuff's a little out of right now. I'm not liking how it's all happening, so I'm kind of rethinking some of that. Uh, Looking for uppercase Q's again, guys. Okay. Bernie, I love you talking. You have great information. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Bernie. Um, Thank you so much. I think I'm gonna want to go get a drink and make something with ice and a drink. Um, a message just came through from my son. And I need to wet the towels over the vegetables, keep them in good shape. Because it's starting to get warm in here right now. Well, it's 83. It's not getting hot, but I could open this other window. I moved the yes, it's cluttered like crazy today. In front, and now I can't open the window that's behind it. Right? I have to like really do gymnastics to open that window. It's kind of a pain in the butt. It's not where I would. Okay, the table was. I'm working. I need a table. It was $99. I could afford it. I bought it. It's probably not a piece that I'm going to keep. It's a nice piece. But I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. But I can imagine that I wouldn't keep it. I could never flat pack it, taking it apart, flat pack it back into a box. I well, I'm saying that real quick. Maybe I could. But anyways, it's I can't imagine because the wood's not really great wood on it, right? And it looks like it's covered with plastic to make it instead of paint. And so if I tried to put it out on the back screened patio, it might get ruined. So I don't know, but I know that if I needed to sell it, I would sell it. Okay, I'm not ready for that, but I am trying to figure out what to do with the food and the food that needs to be in storage that's under the pillow over there, and the extra cat food, and the basket of vegetables that's behind the wood stove, and the eggs, and the I need a better way on a regular daily basis to take care of those kinds of things, and my plates and cups, and no, I don't want a ton of them. Like sometimes I got too many now, but I'm trying to kind of like finagle figure that out to where it makes some kind of sense to me, because when the weather's really bad you end up staying inside a little bit. Or like this morning when I got up and it was cold and I put on a long sleeve shirt and made a cup of coffee. Well, I used the top of the wood stove to put the alcohol stove on to make the coffee. That's partly because, okay, here we go. That's partly because I'm talking it out, aren't I? That's partly because I need some 4-inch stovepipe so I can even test that vintage stove that's out there. Because once that stove's running and has stovepipe, I'm going out there to make coffee. I'm not doing it in here. But until that happens, so I should put out a Facebook thing. We have a group in my area that's called Which Well Lend a Hand, Help a Hand, something like that. And I should put that out there and see if anybody's got 4-inch stovepipe kicking around. Jess, I checked with Jess. He doesn't have any. Um, he has 6-inch and he has 8-inch. By the way, Jess is thinking about starting a little roadside store. Um, I don't know if it will be by phone call only, appointment only, maybe to start. I don't know. But he said he's got a ton of plumbing supplies. And he said, I some kind of hardware store. What a great idea. But please don't stop helping me with my jobs. He goes, I'm not, I'll help you. Don't worry about it. We'll get your stuff done. I was like, okay. But he's thinking about that. So if that's good for him, yay, let him do it, right? Um, okay, I've talked. I'm tired. I think I'm done. So, Bernie, I remember you used to put items in a thought in garbage bin with plastic and top if it had food in it to keep cool cold. Oh yes, 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 yes. You're talking about the metal garbage trash cans. Yes, I still have one. My lip looks weird. Um, I still have a metal trash can here. I now have it insulated with an inner metal trash can to put food storage in. Some items I can't put in there, but I'm still working with that as to where do I want it to live all the time. Where do I want to go out to get food from when I want to replenish something? Um, so it's just location. And not just location, not only location, but also to keep it up off the dirt so that the can doesn't rust and rot. So I got to keep it up off the dirt. Um, the leftover stone needs to make the walkway between the cabin and the bathroom, the shower house. And so I don't have enough stone to like give to something else. So, but I can now use cement. And back years ago there was a ruined, but I can use cement. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go. I've said that a number of times, but now I'm really gonna go because I'm done. I want a drink with ice in it. And you all have a great day. Pray for each other. Pray for Homer's hand to heal well. Continue to pray for Leanna, who is doing well but has been tired. Continue to pray for Bernie. She's had an ongoing thing, but she's been doing well. Pray for Tom, who I forgot what his channel and stuff is, but he's like life after a stroke or something like that. He's up near Flagstaff. Pray for all of our friends and family and whatever. Y'all guys have a safe week. Um, find something pretty to look at this week. Oh, it was so nice last night in the dark, looking at the sliver of the moon and feeling safe and whatever. And having people around, even though it was a little wonky, it wasn't bad. Um, eat something good today. Continue to nourish your health and your mind. And oh, hey, Donna Kay, we're gonna leave, Donna Kay. We're just getting out of here. And you'll all those public people who passed recently. Um, let's pray for their families and extended families and whatever. That and for all of us because that was an odd cultural thing to have so many pass like in 1 week. Um, be careful. I'm going to say this out loud. I don't know what will happen from this, but be careful of AI. Don't forget to look at the stars and the sun and the moon and touch nature. I go barefoot a lot. Um, go barefoot outside. Okay, be careful not to step on goat heads, they hurt. Um, but um, get out in nature, be around it, eat as natural of foods as you can, get good quality ones. Don't, oh, getting rescued produce, you see what other people think is good food. Oh, good Lord. Don't eat rotten food. I don't think spoiled, moldy food. In case if you're on a journey going something better, go for it. Um, I love date syrup. I just, it kind of tastes like molasses. I just found that. I mean, I know I can make it myself. Okay, yes, I can make it myself. I'm still talking. What happened? Um, I just ordered something off of Amazon. I know I wasn't, but with all the food to process and wanting to make my own, a couple of things of my own, I wanted something that would help me on a day off or something. And I mean, on a day when I'm not feeling good. And I ordered myself a 1.2 liter, so it's about a quart size, um, USB rechargeable food processor with a stainless steel bowl. The bowl is about a quart, 1.2 liters. It's in the $30 department. I decided to get it because I couldn't make a couple of things when I don't feel good. And, you know, it's not a sin to have something that helps you. So I got USB rechargeable. We'll see how it works. I know I need to do some gear reviews over time, but um, this one will be something that would be really, really super helpful sometimes. And the fact that it's got a stainless steel bowl and it's rechargeable. So, I mean, I did a little bit to find it and I accidentally ordered the wrong one first, but I called Amazon and they said refuse the package. Well, the package will go to the post office, so it won't get refused. But I can call them immediately and they'll send the UPS truck to pick it up at my house. So I don't have to even open that particular box because I made a mistake. That one has a 110 cord and I don't want a cord. USB rechargeable I can handle. Anyways, I know I keep saying I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go. And but anyways, so yeah, so I'm getting that to help me with some stuff. And I don't know what else. So, again, let's go back to I was ending this. So, have a great week. Take good care of yourself. Don't forget to be doing something where you're getting some activated charcoal that will grab onto things that are not good in your body and let them go bye bye when you go poop. Um, don't forget to give yourself the healthiest foods that you can get. Okay? And yes, rice and beans will keep you alive, but things that are animal products is biblical. I'm not saying everybody's form of it, but it's biblical health food for you to include meats in your diet. And oftentimes, things that we eat have been slave food because it's what we've been trained to do. But anyways, so we will move right along from that. So next week we will come back out. How do we use charcoal? That kind of charcoal is a powder. I don't remember. I might have paid $8 for that little package. I may have paid too much. I don't know. I don't like taking capsules because I don't want to take the plastic if they're made out of plastic. And if they're made out of gelatin, I can't guarantee they're kosher or only ruminant animal. So I'd rather get the powder. You can sprinkle it in your coffee. You can sprinkle it on your food. You can put it in your baking soda that you brush your teeth with. But what it will do is grab onto the stuff that you need to get rid of. And then when it processes through your body, it takes those things like heavy metals and stuff out of your body for you. Okay. So, okay. So next week, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll come back 9:30 Arizona time, 9:30 in the morning, Arizona time. You figure it out for where you live and then come visit with us. Bring your questions, your comments, your subject you want me to talk about. Get prepared to use 3 uppercase Qs as you write your thing, because I'm only reading the ones with uppercase Qs. It's just easier for me to see them and everything else. But I love you all. Have a great week, and just be kind and nice. And when you're led to do, when we're led to do something, just do it. You know, and it'll be okay. We'll get through this. Whatever it is we're doing, we'll get through it. So we'll see you next week. And I have a whole bucket of compost I need to go take a shovel and dump, and I really should do that. Anyways, but first things first, a drink and wet those towels so those vegetables stay good. You guys have a good week. Ciao. Boy, that was a long goodbye today. What's up?